If you make a false statement about someone, you could get into a lot of trouble. There are different ways to damage a person's income and reputation. Slander and libel refer to false statements of fact. If what you're saying is true, you're not defaming someone. However, you must have clear evidence that you're speaking the truth. If you can't prove it, you've got a problem. Defamation is the overall term for making false statements about another person or entity. In most places, defamation is broken into two forms, libel and slander. However, defamation usually only occurs when the false statements damage someone's reputation. The damage to their reputation is usually measured through some kind of financial loss. Libel is a written false statement that damages a person's reputation. Libelous matter is usually written. This includes statements made in print or online. Social media posts can also be considered libel. If you post something untrue about someone and it results in damage to their reputation and lost business, the person can take you to court. If you make a written statement that is true, you must have evidence to prove the statement is true. This is why news outlets must always have a clear trail of documentation and sources. Slander refers to false words spoken that damage a person's reputation. Slander usually occurs in a public place where there are witnesses. In some cases, however, the release of private recordings or statements could be used and considered as slander. This is because even though the recordings were made in private, their release makes them available to others. It's important to remember that quoting or republishing someone else's words can also be defamatory. For example, if you quote another person making a defamatory statement, you could still run into trouble. It's important to always check who and what you're quoting before using it. This is especially important if you post a lot of quotes online. Libel, slander, and defamation can be pursued through a legal system. This is usually done through filing a suit or suing. Most of the time, the person affected by the statements is the one who brings the suit. Over the course of a suit, a court will work out how much damage has been caused to the person, the organisation, or the estate suing. This is worked out in financial costs. Many legal systems also have laws about invasion of privacy and implication. Some places also have laws protecting an individual's mental and emotional well-being against untrue or unfair statements. This is different to defamation because it's not based around damage to someone's reputation. Legislation on these issues does vary across the world, so it's essential that you're clear about and understand the relevant legislation in your country.